What's up, everybody? This is A Force of Nature, Spiritual Awakening, and today we will be discussing Sun in the 10th House. This is a new series that I am kicking off today, and I'm going to kick it off with the 10th house in the natal birth chart. So, first and foremost, we're going to address what the Sun is and what the Sun represents. So, now the Sun is very much linked to Leo. Leo is all about turning up, having a good time. It is very childlike in nature. Leo loves to be the kings and the queens, and as a matter of fact, they are the kings and the queens of the jungle. They are represented by the lion. In the natal birth chart, Leo rules over the fifth house, which has to do with casual affairs, having a good time, living your life up to the fullest. But what it also does is it represents the way that you feel, your self image. It has to do with your self esteem. It has to do with how people perceive you on the outside opposed to the inside. So it's a lot going on with the Sun, and on top of that, the Sun does also represent your actual father, how he treated you and how he raised you. Now, the 10th house can also represent your father. Okay, it is the house of the father and shows you the way that he raised you, nurtured you, was there for you, looked after you, what he instilled inside of you. Okay, but the sun does have to do with the way that you show up as far as your personality. The sun is your soul and what you identify with. So now the 10th house in the natal birth chart is ruled by Capricorn. Capricorn's opposite sign is Cancer. So the 10th house is all about your reputation, your status in life, all about careers, about being a businessman, about being a businesswoman, really wanting to leave that legacy on. Even when you die and pass on, there's something still alive about you. This is what the 10th house is about. Now, the 10th house is going to be a very disciplined and structured house. It's going to be a lot of authority, a lot of lessons can also be seen in the 10th house because you are dealing with Capricorn. Capricorn is very serious, very determined, and very driven. So, this house is about obtaining a goal. It's about being ambitious. It's about succeeding in this life, in this whole damn lifetime. So we're going to jump into this right now. Sun in the 10th house, men and women. These men and women have a desire to influence somebody and be very much influential. These men and women want to be successful and want to be recognized for their hard work. These men and women are the type of people that will bust their asses on a job, on a career, on a 9 to 5, outside of a 9 to 5. They are very goal orientated. They are driven to make power moves. These are the men and women that definitely get it out the mud. These are the men and women that are pushing for their life to be better, their world to be better, their relationships to be better. They want more out of life. And on top of that, they want to empower, they want to inspire and enlighten somebody in this lifetime. This is what these men and women are geared towards. Now, you want to make a mark in this world. You will desire to become socially influential and advance towards public recognition. So these things are going to be very much granted to them. They are going to be able to be placed in an arena where they'll be able to speak up, speak out, speak to people that are going through things, people that need help, anything like that. Just encouraging somebody, letting somebody know that the storm will not always last, that it can always get better. These is what these men and women is about. Your career and status and reputation and public image will be of great importance to you. And there will be considerable ambition. Okay, so they are highly ambitious. They are not afraid to go after what it is that they want. Now, don't get it twisted, because definitely these men and women are going to come against some raw, intense situations in their life, obstacles in their life where it seems like there is no light at the end of the tunnel. But for some reason, they're going to feel like they can still move through it, still persevere, still get to it. And this is what is the absolute drive for them when obstacles do come in their way. Of course they're gonna think about them. Of course they're gonna be annoyed, but they're going to push through that motherfucker because they are unstoppable. This is actually a great placement for the sun to be in the 10th house, along with Mars in the 10th house. That's an excellent placement too. But the sun and Mars, it is up for debates as far as astrology goes for which one is the utmost best placement. Okay, but either way, they are both best placements as far as I'm concerned. They do well, they do excellent. But as far as the sun being in the 10th house, okay, um, with being highly focused, this will be a powerful push to drive them into making the maximum use of their talents to achieve success. Okay, they are going to push through whatever comes their way. Okay, it is a beam of light that is going to shine down onto their careers, onto their businesses, in their jobs. Okay, these are the type of men and women that if they are working at a job, the managers and bosses there are going to want to put them and place them in these positions, okay? And they can probably just have started and been there for a couple of months where other people have been there for years, and they will come up to them with the opportunity and ask them if they want to run the fucking show, if they want to be the head of this, if they want to run this area over here in the corporation. This is what happens with these men and women, okay? They do have opportunities that are being placed in their life, and they can take full advantage of it. But what will also happen with this placement is that sometimes they will also have a lot of people that don't like this beam and shine of light. They don't like it, and they can really be annoyed by their persona because they hold within them some powerful strength, powerful courage. They're very blunt. They can speak up. They can speak out. They're not afraid to voice their opinions. These men and women are fierce. So now these men and women have a burning desire to be influential as well as needing to feel. Sorry. As these men and women have a burning desire to be very influential, okay? And they have a need to feel that they need to rise above anything that they have been through, okay? As far as their background goes, these men and women could have came from backgrounds where um, their world was very much chaotic, very confusing. A lot of things could have been going on and taking place in their lives. As a child, they could have grew up struggling and watching their parents struggle. They could have grew up very poor. All right, and even if that was not the case, and they lived very well, the things and the things in the environment, maybe the community that they lived in, could have been really rugged and rough. Okay, they could have been in the fucking hood. You see what I'm saying? And just seeing things go on and take place, and really just wanted better, wanting to do more, but still living in that area, trying to make the best of what they can make the best out of. Okay. Another thing with this placement, um, they really can be the type of men and women that can leave behind some permanent contributions with earn them respect and recognition from their colleagues, and if not colleagues, it can definitely happen in the public's eye. or the public at large can recognize these men and women for their great works, for the hard work and dedication that they put into a project, a task, um, just being able to be involved in certain kind of things. Okay, these men and women are gifted and have the ability to manage and lead. Your natural sense of responsibility means you can assume a certain leadership role with both amongst your peers and your professional life. Okay, so as I said earlier in the video, these men and women do have enormous drive. They have enormous powers inside of them. They are powerful men and women. And on top of that, they are going to be blessed and gifted by the universe with some extreme talents that are actually out of this world. These are the type of men and women that could perfect not just one, not just two, not just three, but several different things. Um, in their life, they built up a lot of experience in the work field. Okay, so they could have took on a lot of different trades. They can also have a lot of diplomas and certificates in a lot of different things. And even if they do not have a lot of certificates or diplomas, they have a lot of skills and whatever it is that they do, as far as just looking up knowledge and reading things up, learning how to do it themselves. These are self-made men and women, so they know how to look up stuff, and they are kind of very like visual. So they really need to see it being done, and then they can really perfect that even better. Okay, if I could see it, I could do it. Okay, but as far as looking things up, also they can do the same thing. So you can notice that they can be good on computers. They can also be good in cooking. They can also be good at taking care of somebody, helping somebody. They can be good at speaking. They can be good at teaching. They have a lot of different areas that they are actually great in. And that's a beautiful thing. Another thing with this placement, these men and women, you learn through hard work and endurance. You come to value the art of doing things very well. Okay, they want to be the best at whatever it is that they're going to do and whatever it is that they're set out to do. This is how they are going to maneuver around in this world. When you demonstrate mastery, you maintain standards that inspire others to do the same. Okay, so whatever it is that these men or women doing, it can really touch somebody's soul to the utmost level. It can really spark a light into somebody to want to do the same kind of thing. It can push somebody to realize that they can also do this too. And this is what these men and women are about. They are not the selfish kind of men and women where even though they have these great talents and gifts, they're trying to hold it for themselves. No, they want other people to also recognize their talents and gifts and act on those too. They want people to push towards their better selves. They want people to be enlightened, be empowered, be inspired. They want people to really show up in that kind of way and let people know that you can do this shit too. And if we could all do this shit together. This is what these men and women are the fuck about. Oh yeah. Also with this placement, ultimately, you find you are well suited to mentoring others, teaching them the value of discipline and stability. You have the ability to give back to others in many ways and helping them excel. And this is an excellent placement to have. I'm just going to be fucking honest. Okay, they are the type of men and women that want people to have stable lives. They want people to if they was in a crisis situation, they want to see where they can help better the situation as far as getting you back on track. Okay, they can mentor people, so that means that they are great counselors. They can be people that can talk things through, talk things to you, solve problems with you, solve your own fucking problems. And maybe you may want to go along with what they may be suggesting, or maybe you might want to do your own thing. But they are about these things, okay? By expecting by accepting responsibility, you will add value to your life and somebody else's life. Your legacy becomes the wisdom you bring and the enduring structure you create. Hardworking and work hard for their goals, success, and feeling of accomplishments. These men and women are destined to accomplish great things in their life. They are destined to come across many different people or walks of life. As a matter of fact, it's not limited to anybody in high status or low status or middle class or gangsters or pimps or somebody that stuck the fuck up or somebody that just has a lot of money. They know how to adapt with all walks of life, communicate with all these people on several different levels. So, what they know how to do is really know how to come across people that are also in powerful positions, okay? Power is in their fucking blood, okay? It's embedded in them. Power, success, being accomplished, setting out goals and obtaining them. This is what it is for them. So they can come across a lot of powerful people, a lot of influential people can also be placed in their life, okay, where this does pave the way for them to be able to better their situations, better their lives, okay. These men and women did grow up in some kind of life that they had to struggle with a lot of different things, and usually what happens in these men and women life is that they wasn't recognized for their great works when they were young. They weren't recognized for their true talents. Nobody was giving them a pat on the back. Nobody was even fucking acknowledging the shit that they was capable of. And as a matter of fact, these men and women, they didn't even know what they were capable of. And then when they grow up, they come to find out, they come to realize and understand that they are so much more than what they was expecting other people to fucking tell them, okay. Seeking out the validation outside of themselves is something that when they grow up, they come to realize that everything that they was fucking wanting, as far as the power, as far as being a go-getter, as far as winning, was all inside of their fucking soul from day damn one. And they didn't need any fucking body to tell them this is how they should move, this is what they should do, you did a great job. They don't need it anymore because they're gonna fucking do it and they're gonna push through whether you like it or you like it. And if you don't like it, oh fucking well. And this is how these men and women move. This is how the fuck they think. Oh yeah, it is. Also, with these placement, these men and women hate taking orders from bosses. Okay, these are the type of men and women when they are on a job, if they have a boss or anybody around them constantly over them, telling them what to do and how they should do it, or just saying, oh, you should do a little bit more, you should do it. They don't fucking like it, all right? So if you know anybody and you are their boss, and if you know that they are a son in the 10th house, you need to leave them fuck alone before they pop off on your ass. They don't like that shit. You want to know why? Because at the end of the day, they are fucking bosses. They are bosses in their own fucking world. They are bosses in this real fucking life. And you keep on telling them how they should do shit is not fucking welcoming. It's just not. Okay? Also with this placement, you will and are destined for greatness and to be extremely successful. This usually happens in your 30s. Okay, anybody that is a son in the 10th house and you have not reached your 30s yet, just know that don't worry, the storm is not going to last forever. Okay, you will be able to come out a winner, come out a conqueror, come out as a explosive, creative, powerful person. This is what you will be. Okay, as a child, these men and women are driven to have as many achievements as possible. Strong character is what these men and women will hold within inside of them, and they can overcome any obstacle, no matter how difficult the situation is, no matter how difficult the storm is going to be, no matter how difficult the obstacle seems that they just can't seem to get over, they're gonna fucking get over the shit. They are going to push through. These men and women will be recognized by the public as a responsible, determined, and successful person. Okay? Because they are determined to succeed in this lifetime. And because they are so determined, they push through. It's important that you learn how to relax and balance out your professional life and your personal life. So now these men and women can get caught up to the point of obtaining a goal, obtaining success, obtaining power, respect, and money, to the point where they can be a little neglectful in their personal life if they have a partner, if they have a mate, if they have a boyfriend, a girlfriend, whatever the case may be. They can sometimes be so heavy into their workload, into their businesses, into perfecting that they are being a little neglectful on the side with their partner. So you do need to balance that out, because you do not want your partner to ever feel like you are not showing up in that kind of way, not being that person that you once was, friendly, gentle, kind, whatever the case may be, with your partner. Okay, you have to always learn how to balance it out. And even if you also have children, you have to find that common ground balance to be able to do both. Okay, these are not the type to follow the crowd. They want to lead. Okay, so you're not going to see these men and women doing the same things that everybody else is doing. Okay, going over here and they're not about that. All right, if everybody else is doing this, they're doing that, and they're more concerned about building, building up solid foundations, solid soil, solid grounds. This is what they're about. And a lot of people don't understand it, and a lot of people don't even like it. But the best part about Sun in the 10th house is these men and women don't give a fuck about what the fuck you fucking think. Okay, and as a matter of fact, yeah, I guess you could already know that this is my placement. So I do have Sun in the 10th house, and I am passionate about whatever it is that I'm doing. I'm passionate about really bettering somebody's life, bettering my own life, seeing people grow, seeing myself grow. Okay, empowering somebody, hoping that somebody really comes into their own, hoping I come fully into my own. This is what this shit is about. Okay, you can be living, okay, as a full-blown example for other people. Okay, however, you will also have a lot of enemies. Okay, and this is a fucking fact. You will have a lot of enemies. People do not fucking like you, and a lot of times people don't even like you for no fucking reason. But you want to know what? Sun in the 10th house don't give a fuck about that. I'm not here for you to like me, but you gonna fucking respect me. The fuck? Okay, so let's move forward. And as a matter of fact, um, if this aspect, well, placement rather, if this placement, Sun in the 10th house, is negatively aspected, it can be that these men and women can step on people's head in order to get to the top. Really do some real damage control in that kind of way, especially if it's negatively aspected in their natal birth chart. Okay, they can cut people's throats, they can throw people under the buses, and things of that nature can go on and take place in order for them to reach the top. But now, if the Sun in the 10th house is um, positive, okay, they won't resort to doing those type of things. Sun in the 10th house makes you oppose authority while commanding it yourself. These men and women, they don't like authority figures, people telling them what to do, but for some reason, they find it naturally inside of them that they do very well with giving out the orders themselves. They're more inclined to rather giving out the orders, having somebody listen to what they have to say as far as in the work dynamic, rather than them being the ones listening to what you have to say every single time and them doing it your way. You can be a politician. A lot of politicians are also seen with this placement, as long along with army persons and things of that nature. Uh, any other kinds of powerful people that are in a position of power can also have this placement. It has been shown that a lot of politicians do have this placement. So you have a need to be respected and appreciated in society. It's like you were born for nobility and inspiring others to be greater people. And this is what this placement is all about. I hope that you loved this video because I know that I did. So please be sure to check out my online store. It is Grimy Gear at www.grimygear.com. If you need a caterer, be sure to hit me up. I am the chef goddess also at Supreme Royale Catering at gmail.com. If you need my husband to do any work to your home, swimming pool, or business, be sure to hit him up at aronnesbitt90 at gmail.com. His business is Steve's Handy Helpers. He does an amazing job. If you would like a birth chart reading for me to analyze so you can fully understand and grasp, that will be $50 for 2 hours. If you need a synastry chart or a composite chart, that will be $70 for 2 hours. And if you would like a tarot card reading to fully understand and grasp what's going on as far as your love, relationships, financial situations and careers, health, or even spirituality, that will be $30. So this has been a Force of Nature spiritual awakening. Love is love. Peace and blessings to you all. And I will see you on the next one.